Chapter 17. The celebrations were unlike anything else in the galaxy. There were snowflakes and fireworks, lava fountains and waterfalls, rainbows and lightning storms. Almost anything beautiful you could imagine was on display all across the tiny planet, all in honor of one boy, and that's Oliver. Oliver Kim stood between Mrs. Wordsworth and Mr. Chapman at the center of the school auditorium. Tens of thousands of Rubians surrounded the stage. The audience was so large it spilled over to the school gates. Every Rubian on the planet was at the school, hoping to catch a glimpse that means like a quick look of their hero. Dearest friends, Mrs. Wordsworth began, when Rubius experienced its first monster attack, our complacency, that means our overconfidence. When someone's complacent, that means he's overly confident. So our complacency should have doomed us. But for this young boy, a boy who can't zap laser beams or smash mountains, yet save us in his own special way. A boy who never gave up on us even when some of us gave up on him. Therefore, on behalf of the entire planet, I bestow that means I present upon Oliver the school's greatest honor, the Ruby Star. Mr. Chapman presented Oliver with a golden box. Mrs. Wordsworth opened it to reveal a medallion. You can Google image what it looks like, made from pure Rubian crystal, shaped like a star. It glowed a deep crimson red color and was as big as Oliver's palm. The crowd went ecstatic, that means they went crazy. They cheered, they clapped, they whistled, they chanted his name. Even the school children who once teased him sang a new song about him. Olivia, oh Olivia, ordinary Olivia. Anything he touches becomes a monster killer. Oliver, oh Oliver, ordinary Oliver. Broomwick kicked him out, it only made him stronger. Oliver, oh Oliver, ordinary Oliver. A hero to the heroes, what a history maker. Oliver's eyes grew warm and moist as he held the medallion in his hands. Oh, and one more thing, Mrs. Wordsworth announced with a huge smile. Since you're already a superhero, may I also present to you your superhero license. License is like a permit for you to be able to do something. So when people get their driving license, that means they can be able to drive. So when Oliver got his superhero license, it means that he is now a superhero. Oliver was stunned, I mean shocked. All he could do was stare blankly at the license resting on Mrs. Wordsworth's hands. Rubians learned a painful but valuable lesson today, Mrs. Wordsworth continued. Our superpowers do not make us invincible. Invincible, that means it doesn't make us very, very powerful until nothing can beat us, okay? It's time we learn to use our neighbor's technology to make ourselves stronger. How would you like to join Superhero Quadrant and tailor, that means make weapons for every superhero on Rubius, including yourself, of course. Oliver only half heard what Mrs. Wordsworth had said as he continued staring at the license in Mrs. Wordsworth's hands. The license was just a thin wooden card with his name, the school's emblem, and the word superhero engraved into it. But to Oliver, it was the most precious thing he could ever own. Immediately, he dropped the medallion onto the floor and snatched his license out of Mrs. Wordsworth's hands. Normally, dropping the planet's most precious jewelry on the floor, because he dropped the medallion, right, would have started gaps of horror. But the crowd simply laughed it away before cheering Oliver again. Everyone understood how hard Oliver had worked to be recognized as a superhero, and they couldn't be prouder of him. For there stood a boy who could never lift boulders are big rocks, or soar into the sky. Yet at the young age of 10, he did something even more amazing. He was a hero to the superheroes. So my friend, stay strong and through. If others try to discourage you, your talent may be hard to find, but it is there. It just takes time. The end.